Hey, I'm Holly Andrews, Integrative Nutrition Health Coach and Stress Recovery Coach. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the kitchen. If you are anything like me, I grew up with chocolate oranges magically appearing in my stocking every Christmas from Santa Claus. And they had to be Terry's brand chocolate oranges. And I love the dark chocolate ones. And to this day, my parents, aka Santa, continue on this tradition and make sure that my family's stockings are filled with chocolate oranges. So the combination of chocolate and orange is absolutely essential for me and Christmas. So today I have a recipe for you that combines those two flavors in my no-bake chocolate orange protein truffles. These came together in just a few minutes. It's just a matter, there's no bake, so you don't even have to turn on the oven, although maybe you want to turn on the oven this time of year to warm up the kitchen, but they are super quick and easy. Mix them up together, roll them out. You can cover them in cocoa powder or coconut flakes or maybe some crushed pistachios, anything that you want to cover them in, or you don't even have to cover them. Pop them in the fridge for a few minutes to chill and then serve. They are naturally sweetened with my favorite maple syrup, of course. So as always, keeping things here on our recipes to make sure that we're giving all of the goodness without any of the blood sugar spikes or cortisol spikes. So that maple syrup is a natural sweetener that is, when paired with the healthy fats and the protein in these truffles, are not going to spike your blood sugar. So we've got a little bit of that goodness there. We've also got some slow digesting healthy fats in the almond flour that we're using. We've also got a little bit of almond butter, although you could use any other kind of nut or seed butter here that you need to use if you can't have nuts. If you're keeping it gluten-free, you could always use a 1-for-1 gluten-free substitute flour. You could use oat flour, although you might have to adjust the liquid if you're using either one of those flours, since they don't contain the fats the almond flour does. But so we've got a little bit of that almond flour here, which gives us some healthy fats, a little bit of protein, the almond butter, which is giving us some healthy fats as well. So that's gonna, paired with the other carbs in this recipe, are gonna help keep your energy levels up and help keep you satiated if you're using these truffles as a snack. Now I'm using them as a dessert myself, but if you want them for a snack, that works just as well. Obviously we've got some protein here. Now we do have a little bit of protein from the almond flour and the almond butter, but I added in 2 scoops of my chocolate bone broth protein goodness. So chocolate bone broth protein powder. 2 scoops of that is going into this recipe to up the protein count here and give us a little bit of that protein to balance with the carbs and the healthy fats. So goodness there, making sure that these are nice and balanced. And then we've got some cocoa powder. Now raw cocoa powder, as in unsweetened, I should say, has some magnesium in it, which helps support our stress response. It's also got other antioxidants in it that are anti-inflammatory, which also help our stress response. So again, you really can't go wrong with these truffles. And then we've got a little bit of orange zest for brightness and that orange flavor. And the recipe doesn't call for it, but I added in a few drops of food grade orange essential oils. So if you're going to use essential oils when you are cooking or baking, you need to make sure that you're getting food grade essential oils. You don't want to just put any essential oils in here. If you want to kick the orange flavor up without using essential oils, you can always use probably like half a teaspoon of most of orange extract, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon even, but I wanted to really bring out the orange flavor in these truffles. So that's why I chose to add in the food grade essential oils. So let's talk about mixing these all up and getting them made. So the first thing that I did was mix up my dry ingredients. So that was my almond flour, my protein powder, my cocoa powder, and my pinch of salt. So got that all mixed up, made sure to get any lumps out that came from the almond flour. Just make sure I broke that up really good so that I had a nice base to add in my wet ingredients. Once that was done, I added my wet ingredients. So I added in my maple syrup, my almond butter. I did wind up using probably about another tablespoon of almond butter than the recipe calls for. It really just depends on your ingredients, how they're absorbing the moisture, what kind of almond butter you're using, and all of that. So the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of almond butter, but I did wind up using closer to 3. I added in half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I did add in my food grade orange essential oil here, and then zested my orange right into the bowl. I zested an entire, I would say medium orange into the bowl, and then began to mix it up. Now, this is not going to mix up like some of the other things. It's not going to get nice and it's not going to become batter-like, okay? This is going to be kind of clumpy. You just want to get it to a point where you can actually form the balls for the truffles. So in order to do that, like I said, I did add that extra tablespoon of almond butter, and then I wound up adding a tablespoon of coconut milk that I had in the fridge. So that gave it enough moisture so that it would stick together, and then I began forming my balls. I did pour some of the cocoa powder onto a plate so that I could roll the truffles in that cocoa powder just to give it a nice coating. So I did that, and I made, you know, about an inch size truffle, I guess, and then rolled them in the cocoa powder and then plopped them straight into my storage container so that when I was done making the truffles, I could stick them into the fridge. So once that was done, I stuck them into the fridge to chill for about 20 minutes. And then once they were done, I plated them, and then I actually zested some more orange rind right onto the plate so that it would be very visually appealing. They smell so good. But you can see they turned out great. I am excited to have my kids come home today and try these. I think they're really gonna like them. And that combination, that quintessential, at least for me, flavor of Christmas with the chocolate and the orange. So I hope you enjoy this taste of my home to yours as we roll into December here and are really in the thick of it, heading up to Christmas. I can't believe when this video drops, it's only gonna be a couple weeks till Christmas. Just crazy. So I hope you've enjoyed the recipe. Give it a try. Let me know. You could obviously change it up. If you don't want to use orange, you could try peppermint. That would be another great seasonal combination here. So make it your own. And as always, check me out on social media. Be sure and like this video and subscribe to the channel. That would be a really great Christmas present for me. I'm trying to grow my audience here, and it doesn't cost you a thing, but it would really help me out and support me along the way. So as always, be sure to check out my website where you can get access to my book, Heal Your Stress from the Inside Out, which would make a really great Christmas present for that person in your life that is dealing with stress, and let's be honest, who isn't? You can also check out my Recipe Vault exclusive membership only. The December recipes dropped, and so go check that out. My one-on-one coaching, my online course, my lab work, all of it is there on my website for you to check out. So I hope that you are having a beautiful Christmas season, and until next time, I'm Holly Andrews, and I believe you can heal your stress from the inside out.